It's not that much longer. I know there are very, very, very impatient people out there. People scream at red lights when it don't change quick enough. They can't even have enough patience for a red light change. There's people probably jumping out windows just listening to this right now.
Yeah, why would people honk their horn during a pandemic? You know, like we have nowhere to go, and I'm still seeing like road rage out there. I saw it today. I was on my way to the park to go jog, and I saw people honking their horn. It's like, you're going to a park. Why are you honking your horn?
That was me. I'm sorry, Darren. I was in a rush.
That was you? You're like, and we're back. Hey, everybody. It's your host, Darren Carter, the party starter. Let's start that party. And here he is, Mr. Brian Holtzman.
Hey, Darren. How are you? How's everybody out there doing today? I'm glad to be here. It must be Tuesday. It's the Pocket Party Podcast with Darren Carter, the party starter, and myself, Brian Holtzman. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Holtzman Zone. There's over 200 Instagram videos that you may have not seen yet. And I'll be adding some content as I go along to beef up or pump up the channel. So don't forget that. I'm also on Venmo. If you want to send me money, please do so. I'm on Venmo. And I'm also on Cameo. If you would like a private celebration message, a special occasion, a birth in the family, you name it, I can supply the message.
That's right. Cameo's great. Cameo.com/official Darren Carter is how you find me on Cameo. I'll do the same thing. I'll give him a little Snoop Dogg. Wow, what's happening? Happy birthday. Yeah. I'll give a little birthday shout out. I'll start that party. What's your Cameo, Brian? Is it Brian? Is it cameo.com/Brian Holtzman? I think I stunned him. You know what? Just search for him. I know. It's just look. If you look up Brian Holtzman on there, you'll find you can't miss him. Here, I'll do it right now, since we're talking about this. Cameo.
Cannot compute.
Yeah. I know.
Cannot compute.
We have so many different names for everything, right? On one, you're Brian Holtzman. The other thing, you might be Holtzman Brian.
It's a social media.
Yeah, dude, you're Brian Holtzman. That's what you are on here. You're Brian
Quagmire. That's right, Cameo. Let me send a personal message to you or your family. Yeah, we shot that down at Talleyrand in Burbank. Remember that?
That was back when we could go out and have and dine in restaurants, man. Those were the good old days, which we will do again. In fact, some restaurants are opening up. My friend was driving through Texas, and they stopped in at a restaurant and actually got to.
Would you like to see my Cameo, my latest Cameo post?
Yeah, let's see if it works. I don't know if it'll work on this, but let's try it. Yep. What was the occasion? Do you remember?
You know John DeSantis?
Yes, John DeResta.
John DeResta. He made I picked up my wood today. He made a piece of wood for the bottom of my bonsai. See the piece of wood?
Oh, cool. Nice. That is beautiful. Hold it right there. That's cool.
He did a beautiful job. John DeResta. What's his name?
John DeResta, former NYPD cop and also regular on the Pocket Party Podcast. I have multiple episodes with him if they want to hear the audio version. Yeah, continue.
And I got a stimulus check today for $76.45.
Nice. Beautiful. Wow, that felt good.
$76 so I can get a carton of cigarettes.
No, you don't smoke. Don't smoke. Do you know what's interesting? My son, these kids, man, like, okay, so my son's a musician. He loves watching these YouTubers, and he's trying to show me some, like, hey, Dad, look at, there you are.
I've been contacted from some of your colleagues and some of your friends, and they've given me some disturbing information. In addition to it being your birthday, I've been told that you've knocked up your girlfriend again for the second time. Have you ever heard of a condom, Gilbert? Or are you having trouble finding a condom to fit that needle dick of yours? Or is your dick too large and you're having trouble finding a condom that can fit that dick, Gilbert? When are you going to marry that woman and make her an honest part of your family? 2 children out of wedlock? Is this some kind of scheme to cover up a vein of homosexuality running through your body? Marry the woman. Use a condom. Do something, Gilbert. But to freaking
That's cool.
I don't want to take up. I'm reluctant to take up any more time than necessary on your podcast. The video is over 2 minutes, and I just don't. I don't want to be the person who, on a Zoom podcast, monopolizes that podcast like my sister Bobby Ann. When we have a family podcast, she thinks she can keep talking the whole time. It's not all about you, Bobby Ann. There's other siblings who want to talk on this family Zoom podcast.
That's
and
right.
You say, yeah.
But what I was going to tell you is, my son was, he's really into like these YouTube like musicians, these guys that have like, 6.5 million followers and that kind of thing. And so my son was like, I go, forget these YouTubers. Let me show you like Eddie Van Halen. And I pulled up the song called Eruption, which I remember it was just a killer. He's like shredding. But apparently the video that I showed him was a live version. So it wasn't like the 2.5 minute. It was like a 12-minute build-up version. And it was very boring to a 12-year-old because like the footage isn't as. The YouTubers are shot in like 4K. It's like so clear. They're right there in their living room. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, you and I know he rocks, but it was like, first of all, he opens up, and what reminded me of this is you said cigarettes. He opens up, he's smoking, and he puts the cigarette in the guitar, the strings, and so the cigarette is being held by the 6 strings. And I guess back in the 80s, that was a cool move. And my kid was like, why is he doing that with the cigarette? Cigarettes are bad for you. Why would he put it there on his guitar? And I'm like, forget all that. Look how much he's shredding. But meanwhile, he wasn't really shredding. It was still the buildup, He didn't start shredding till about 9 minutes in, but I go, okay, forget it. We'll go back to your YouTubers. We'll watch one of your YouTubers. What music do you listen to, Brian? I've never asked you that.
Oh, I like all forms of music. I like classical music. I like jazz. I like funk. I like fusion, backwater, tribal music. I like traditional English music. I like hip hop and pop. I like classic rock and roll. I like all forms of music, musical entertainment, concerts, symphonies, quintets. Yes, I am quite a musical fan. I even have a radio inside, and it plays CD play. See, I can play CDs inside my vehicle. I can listen to music while I drive. That's what a musical fan I am.
Wow, nice. Sometimes I heard that you'll be at a stoplight and you roll down your windows so you can hear other people's music at the stoplight. Is that true?
I've never heard any. I can't talk to that. I just can't talk to that. I want to be completely honest on a podcast. I see a lot of podcasts. It's a lot of people doing a circle jerk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You seem really hyped up today. Have you ever? What got you so hyped? Have you just been doing media all day, just one podcast after another?
I had some Rocky Road.
Oh, Rocky Road ice cream.
So the sugar really, it amps me up, it just amps me up.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some items of interest, if you will.
And I still haven't figured out how to set the wires up yet. I'm still looking at that. I think it won't be long before I figure this out. It's just gonna take some more time. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Is it one of those things you don't really think about until Tuesday and 9 o'clock when I call you? And I go, hey man, let's get the microphone going. Oh yeah. All right, let's do some items of interest. I want to hear what we got.
Frontier Airlines shelved the plan to charge customers $39 extra to sit next to an empty middle seat. It was never our intent to profit from passengers' fear of the coronavirus, former CEO Barry Biffle told Congress.
That seems pretty dirty, doesn't it? Like if they really did do that. But I will tell you, like, I would love to pay a little extra not to have to sit by somebody. You ever sit next to? I remember one time I sat next to this guy, and I really felt like he hadn't showered. I felt like he just partied all night, drank all night, and didn't. And he kept sleeping, and he kept kind of leaning towards me, and I'm already against the window like this, and this person's all on my side.
Yeah. You were sitting next to a drunk. Yeah. You were sitting next to a drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it when you're on the plane and you're in there's an empty seat, or like when you almost want to pray for like an anorexic midget, like a little skinny girl that's going to be like, "You mind if I sit there?" Go ahead,
Did he have his pilot's uniform on when he was sitting next to you, or was he in his civilian clothes?
Yeah, he actually was dressed like a pilot, but I thought, well, maybe he has it on cruise control up there. I don't know. I was like, buddy, wake up. You're steering this thing.
Here's one for you, listeners. A California man, Gabriel Monroe, hopped aboard a moving tanker truck loaded with red wine and positioned himself beneath the tank, unscrewed the valve, and let the contents gush forth into his mouth. Oh, my God. He was arrested after the trucker noticed he'd lost about 1,000 gallons of wine. So there's a guy who really likes his wine.
Yeah, you think he has a drinking problem? I wonder I don't even think he bottomed out, because I read that he got arrested and then he really just wanted that sandwich. But because of the $0 bail, they released him, and then he stole a vehicle so he could go back to jail. Joke's on him, though, because he didn't get the sandwich.
No, he didn't get nothing.
Right. He got a little wine buzz off a moving vehicle, but other than that.
Maybe some road rash.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball owners this week approved the tentative plan to start the season around the 4th of July in ballparks without fans. Teams would play at their normal stadiums or at spring training parks in Florida and Arizona if medical and local government approvals can't be obtained. The season would be cut almost in half to 82 games, Darren. And baseball's 200-plus minor league teams would remain sidelined. Most contentions is the proposal to split revenue 50-50 with players. A non-starter for decades, the Players Union insists that players continue to get their full salaries, but the owners want a compromise, since 40% of the revenues come from paying fans at the ballpark. So what do you think of that?
You know what? I've never been to a live baseball game, but I always wanted to go. I think I'd only go to a night game because I'm not good in the sun. I would love to go so I can eat the hot dogs and sing the songs. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the. You know the words?
Give me some hamburgers and chopsticks, and I'll never go back to the sticks. Take me out to the ball game. Charge me $20 a beer, $60 for the cheapest seat, and $80 to park the car.
You know what? I heard that Frank Sinatra once sang that song. Like, that's a big. He goes, "Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Don't really want crowds now. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Hell, if I ever come back,
let me root for the home team." Yeah.
What is everybody going to do with their redheaded stepchild now that they cut the season in half? That's a lot of weekends not knowing what to do with those people.
Hey, I used to be a redheaded stepchild.
I know, Darren. I know. Oh, it's morning radio. It's the morning zoo.
Somebody's been drinking from a wine truck off the I-5 freeway.
When is all this Zoom going to go away? When are we going to get? When can we leave this in the past?
I don't know, man. It's I don't mind doing podcasting over Zoom, but to do stand-up would be it could be a little weird. I can't even imagine Brian Holtzman doing stand-up comedy on Zoom. Have you tried it yet? No,
I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think it's going to do justice. I don't think it's going to.
Yeah. Just do a podcasting.
Here's a good one. You ready for another item of interest, Darren?
I sure am.
Adele posted a photo last week revealing her dramatically slimmed down figure, sparking a furious debate online about the etiquette of praising a woman for losing weight. The British singer, who reportedly lost 100 pounds after filing for divorce last year, celebrated her 32nd birthday with a photo of herself smiling in a short black dress. Fans and celebrity friends gushed and congratulated her, drawing backlash from supporters for supposedly fat-shaming women who looked like Adele of old. Fueled by her split from her husband of 8 years, this poor woman can sing, but she can't keep a man. According to British tabloids, Adele reportedly lost the weight by combining daily workouts with a trainer and 1,000 a day calorie diet, drinking green juice in the morning and not eating until late in the afternoon. So our hats are off to fat Adele, skinny Adele, and she's doing real well.
That's tough, man. 1,000 calories a day. That's very tough. I can't even imagine. You know, like some of my favorite sandwiches have like 1,700 calories. Like
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast alone can be up as high as 2,300. Breakfast alone.
What's your favorite breakfast item?
I like pancakes. I like bacon. I like omelets. Well done. I like.
Let's say you and I went to a diner and they said, it's build your own omelet. What would you put in that omelet?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Darren. I wouldn't need a menu. You ever go out to breakfast with people and they want to see a menu? I say, Is this your first day on earth? You don't know what you want for breakfast?
Right.
What do you mean you need you need a menu to tell you what you're going to have for breakfast? I need to see the menu? You don't know what you want? Who needs a menu for breakfast?
Yeah, exactly. You know what you want in your omelet? I want bacon. I want cheddar cheese. I want some broccoli. Maybe I want onions. But you just say it. I know what I want, and you put it in there. Every now and then I get a waffle. I like a nice thick Belgian waffle. Do you go bacon or do you go sausage?
Bacon.
If you go sausage, do you go link or do you go patty?
Bacon. Bacon. I don't do sausage, whether it's in the form of a flat patty or in the form of a small hot dog. I do bacon. And you know what I say is instead of sausage and bacon, I want all bacon.
Oh, I like that.
I don't go for sausage. I feel guilty about eating sausage. You're already eating calories of the yin yang. You're already eating 1,200 calories in one meal or 2,300, and now you want sausage too? Why don't you just stab yourself in the heart and go get a blood test, because you're going to need an operation soon.
I got a question for you. You have to have a milkshake. You get vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. What do you do?
I like chocolate.
Has it changed in the last 10 years, or are you always a chocolate guy?
Chocolate.
Oh.
Chocolate cake, chocolate milkshake, Rocky Road chocolate ice cream, chocolate. I don't do vanilla.
All right, back to the items of interest.
NASA wants Tom Cruise to become the first actor to shoot a movie in outer space. The agency confirmed last week that it's in partnering with Cruise 57 to make a movie on the International Space Station. while it orbits about 250 miles above the Earth. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see that movie. I'll be out of town that week. Standing on my head, poking pencils in my face. SpaceX is also involved. Elon Musk. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Private aerospace firm is also involved. Cruise is famous for performing daring stunts himself, such as hanging from sides of helicopters and jet airplanes. We need popular media to inspire a new generation of engineers and scientists, NASA administrator said. How about making college more affordable? You're not going to have any engineers or scientists if nobody can afford to go to college, you bunch of idiots. Everything's for profit. Medical care for profit. Universities and colleges for profit. Everything's for profit. You're not going to have a bunch of dumb people walking around. Who can afford to go to college?
Let me ask you a question. You were an actor. You went to acting class. Would you shoot it? He's going to shoot a movie in space on the space station. Would you record a podcast in space?
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the Zoom box to light up, and then I can talk. I don't want to talk over you. So I want your audience to realize that's what the pause is. See, now I have the box so you can hear me. But there's a lag time between when the box jumps to one of the speakers and to the other speakers. I'm not going to Mars. I'm not going to the moon. I'm not going to no space house. I'm not going anywhere. This is a beautiful, beautiful planet. And up there can F itself. F itself. Yeah. I can see the moon from my backyard. I don't need to blast off and go up there and kick around a couple of moon rocks.
Oh, good. Because I think I'm only going to podcast from Earth. I'm not going to podcast from another planet.
Well, that's great. That's great. You want to hear Noah?
Sure.
You want to hear another one?
Yes, please.
A Florida man has been caught trying to self-isolate on a private island in Disney World. I guess this is in Florida. Richard McGuire, 42, insisted that he hadn't seen the numerous no trespassing signs on the island or heard the loudspeaker warnings from Disney officials who became aware of his presence. He also claimed to be unaware of the police helicopter that hovered above because he was asleep in an abandoned building on Discovery Island. When he was arrested, McGuire told police it felt as if he discovered a tropical paradise. They arrested him, then charged him for the unpaid parking fee that he found.
Wow.
So he owed them almost $2,000 in parking fees. Don't get me started on Disneyland. To me, it's a horror. To me, it's a living hell. It's not the happiest place on earth for me.
It's like one big store. You know, when I took my son, right? I remember the first time we went, I was like, this is just one giant store. Their whole idea is to...
Wait a minute, Darren.
Yeah.
Darren, start again, because when I left, the box jumped over to me again. So you might have been cut off in the beginning. So start again. I don't want anybody to lose what you were saying. So I'm going to let the box jump back to you.
Okay. Yeah. I just said that I remember Disneyland. I just felt like it was a big store, you know, everything was trying to get you to like.
Oh, there I go. I laughed again. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I laughed again and the box jumped back to me. I'm not going to laugh.
Don't worry about that box. That box is okay. But yeah, in fact, I think I like California Adventure a little bit more than Disneyland. That's but I'm really not a big fan of those crowded places anyways. I know a lot of people like Disneyland. A lot of people like Star Wars. They're into this kind of stuff. A lot of people like Harry Potter. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. I would prefer taking a walk in the middle of nowhere with nobody around. To me, that would be a vacation. You know what? I heard this guy, there was one of the fathers one year and he said at the school, he said that for Father's Day, the perfect gift for him would be to be able to go to Disneyland away from his family and just walk around for 4 hours by himself. That would be his perfect Father's Day gift.
Yeah, when I go to Disneyland, it's as entertaining as when I was a child. There used to be this thing called at birthday parties, pin the tail on the donkey, where they blindfolded you and then pointed you in the right direction of the picture of a donkey. And I wanted to just, I would pretend I was sick or try to stick my fingers down my throat and barf, just so I would, wouldn't have to play this silly pin the tail on the donkey. And the other game that infuriated me, even though I'm a connoisseur of modern music, is that game where you walk around the chairs, and when they shut that music off, you're supposed to sit in a chair.
Yeah, musical chairs.
Is that what they're calling it now?
And then everybody like shoves and pushes and tries to sit down. Yeah, musical chairs.
You feel like you're on the Japanese subway and they're pushing you into the car. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah. How about red light, green light? Remember that one? Red light, green light, red light, green light. Or how about mother, may I take mother, may I? Where'd that one go again? Mother, may I take one step? Yes, you may. And then you're trying to make your way across the front yard or the backyard.
How about monkey see, monkey do? Monkey said do this. Monkey said do this. Monkey said do this. Monkey said do this. Do this.
Monkey didn't say to do this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Simon says, touch your head. Simon says, yeah, that one. Yeah. Hey, did you ever play when you were a kid? Like they act like they grab your nose and they go, got your nose. Do you remember that one? And you go like this, and the kid thinks you took the nose. I used to do that with my son, and sometimes I'd grab his hair back there, and I'd be like, got your hair. And he'd be like, no. I go, come on, I got a big show to do. I want to put some hair back there. Give me your hair.
So are you in contact with any of the organizations to get you started? Are you booking yourself and be the first one out the gate?
You know what? Some of the comedians are out there, man. I just saw that Adam Carolla's out there a little bit, and Brad Williams. I saw some of the other comedians. I saw Theo Vaughn, like he had some comedians on. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think if my agent will probably get that going, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. How about you? Are you trying to get out there? Or are you trying to hang back for a little bit?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to get out there.
But find us on Cameo. We're both on there. Hire us. We'll start that party. Yeah, man. I got new batteries. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, I had a ride in a Tesla. It was very fast. That's a strong battery in that Tesla, I tell you.
Yeah.
That's a rocket grade battery.
That must have been it, man. I saw the look on your face. But guys, if you want to see there's footage of it, look up Brian Holtzman on his podcast called Dead Air. It's on YouTube. It's on the Death Squad channel with Brian Redband. Check that out, man. It's a great video. I think the guest on that one was Earl Skakel. Am I right? No, it was the guest was, who did we have last week?
Randy Kagan.
Randy Kagan. It's the Randy Kagan episode.
I got an Amazon package today in the mail.
Oh, that's the best part, the bubble wrap. Uh-oh, what'd you get? You got a book. Is it a book? Stars in the Ring. Wow. Oh, Jewish champions in the golden age of boxing. Wow, that's interesting. And do you think your grandfather's in there?
My sister Marianne sent me this book from the Amazon.
Nice. Was it because of our conversation last week?
Oh yes, the whole thing started from the Pocket Party podcast.
Nice, guys. If go on my YouTube channel, you'll see a clip. It's about a 3.5-minute video. We talk about it, and we got his grandfather in there. He took an Irish name. What Irish name did he take? Callahan, something Callahan.
Frankie Callahan.
Frankie Callahan. That book is interesting. You know, I was doing a little research, and they in this one article I read, they said that a lot of the Jewish boxers, they would take other names, and they said it wasn't to hide their Judaism, but it was for their old world parents didn't want their kids going into the fight game. Have you ever heard that? Yeah.
Oh yes. They didn't want their parents to know what they were doing, so they didn't want to. They needed a fake name. And Irish boxers have a reputation of being extremely tough, and they really draw the crowds in. They're real crowd pleasers. So it would make sense if they had to change their name, they would change it to an Irish fighter or an Irish name, just so they could, make a bigger gate, as it were.
Yeah. That's another thing is the boxers have to pick a good name too. You got to choose a good name that gets people excited and kind of just describes the type of fighter you are.
Right.
All right. Before we get out of here, do you have any words of wisdom? Something you'd like to share?
Well, if you're in traffic and you're behind the wheel of your own automobile and somebody's not doing what you want them to do, or perhaps they're taking too long doing what you don't want them to do, blow your horn. Curse at them, give them the finger, act like the animal that you are, and just get angry, get mean, curse and yell and shout at strangers. That seems to be the thing that everybody's doing today.
No, man, I agree. I mean, I disagree. You know what you do? I almost make it like a power play I force people to, I'm like, no, you go ahead. And then when they go ahead, I'm like, yes. I controlled you. I made you do that. You go ahead.
This is something to live by. Right here. This is something to live by.
Live a great story. Live a great story.
Well, thank you, Darren. Thanks for having me back.
You're very welcome, man. Hey, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. And say hello to everybody, and let me know some more stories from what you read in that book about boxing. I love stuff like that.
Will do.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're done with this interview.
Oh, look at you watching the video all the way through. I want to thank you guys for checking out the Pocket Party podcast, putting these on so I can see a little bit better. And man, what else can I say? It's great watching the YouTube channel build, growing. People are subscribing. They're leaving comments. They're sharing it. And it's been a real treat to be a part of your life. And I really appreciate you guys checking out the videos. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. Do me a favor and click one of these videos and keep on watching. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again. Darren Carter, Party Starter.
Yeah.